Saturday. Oh, this week was busy. Very, very busy. And weirdly, I'm just thinking of like the old games that I played in the past. Kinda wish I kept a good portion of them, being how rare they are now. Hi Paul. Welcome in. I do one for 7. I don't get the consistency of the streak things. Maybe it's like 3 plus 2 every time. But then it'd be 1 at 9. Oh, who knows? They do it weirdly. Rio! Congrats on first bugger. And welcome in. Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, it goes okay. Got some much needed rest that I've clearly been needing since Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Good, good. Just trying to make sure I save up. Which I have been, but yeah. First bunch of months have been very crazy. Can't remember when I have time off actually. I know there's bank holidays coming. For me at least. Oh yeah, and daylight savings tomorrow, so my clock will be going forward. So I lose an hour. Yay. Yeah, next week is Good Friday and then it's Easter Sunday, so I get the Friday and the Monday off. Huh. I thought I had some time off in April. I do not. It's not till May. Oh. Dear Lord. Well, my first time off is in May, so that would be like 5 months of work before having any time off. Okay. I need to make it another month. Wait, there've been 3 already. Oh. I think I'll have to do my best to save when it comes to playing something. I have plenty of old games, I'll just pick one of them. They ended up showing Rossi in Enfield. It's about what you would expect from her character of semi-childish, but yeah, the Endman being her legend that she would like to become. It wasn't bad. I don't know if combat-wise it'll be my cup of tea though. I've noticed on characters that they've been introducing there's a lot of in-outs while attacking, so it rushes in and then it shoots you back out. Those kind of styles aren't my play style, but they usually let you try when they come around, like a practice combat thing, which is nice. Let you get a feel. So we'll see how that goes. The end of March already. Beginning of this year is going fairly quickly. just need to check my doggo. Be right back. More. The return. Yeah. He needed to go outside. Thank you. quite windy again as well, so I assume the weather's gonna change. Yeah. It's sticking with, like, the weather itself is sort of okay, or at least today it is, but the breeze is still cold, so technically you've got to be careful, because people will be like, oh, no, it's actually not bad weather, this is okay, and then they don't wrap up, the breeze hits them, and because it's still cold, they end up getting a cold. 21 Celsius? What is the temperature I am? Apparently it's 9 for me. It's 9 degrees for me. Celsius. I've gotten so used to working in the cold that that feels okay to me. If it was more 0, then I'd be like, oh yeah, it's a bit chilly today. But that's been about the average now. You're used to 30? Ugh. I don't like... As soon as it goes past like 26, I start getting warm. And then yeah, in the 30s I'm just like yeah, it's very warm when we have 30 and above. But my room, because of how it is with all the electrics, tends to warm up easily, especially when I play games and stuff. Yeah, I like when it rains. Like, it randomly started raining yesterday, like sudden downpour, and I was like, I like this. Considering how I was feeling, I would have liked to have been standing out in it, but yeah. Rain! Hello! Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Because it's quite funny at my place, like my workplace, people end up going, oh, it's raining, it's terrible, and I'm there and I'm just like, ah, rain. With cheats. That is one way to play it, indeed. If it ends up meaning that you're able to enjoy it though, then, well, you're not harming anyone. It's a single player game, so play the way you want to enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Plenty of rest, I think. Yeah. Like, it was, I think, 3 by the time I went to go to sleep. And then I was just like, yeah, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go to bed. Didn't wake up till 11:30 or something. Did I beat... Well, it was Leaf Green version I was playing, but yes, I did. I did indeedy. Technically there's optional stuff after that, but in my old ass conclusion, beating the Elite Four counts as the end as far as I'm concerned. So there's a bit to do after it, but that's like optional stuff. But yes, I did. And then I've started playing, also welcome Indeed. I've started playing Fatal Frame 2 Remake, which is, they've tried to do some new things with it. Personally, I'm not too big on some of them, but yeah, they've added in like some minor quality of life as well, which is nice. But in terms of gameplay, I see what they've tried to do. They've tried like breaking up the monotony of like repetition of the battles, because especially with the old games, it was pretty much camera, upgrades, lenses which you didn't have to use, and then fight Ghost. Pew pew pew. Always. Kind of the same as that. That's why it got kind of boring halfway. But you ended up carrying on because you like the story, you want to see where it goes, and the atmosphere. Fatal Frame has always been good with atmosphere, but the problem is, with the remake, they've slightly tampered with the atmosphere. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. Yeah, they've tampered with the atmosphere of Fatal Frame, because it used to be you would either have the ghosts sort of pick on you with appearance, or you'd fight them. And what they've done in the remake is they sort of have that still, but then they have certain ghosts that persist, like having patrols, but it only happens at certain segments, which is weird. But you have patrols, you have the Kusabi hunting you constantly, more so than in the old game, and it's it removes some of the tension because it happens so frequently. Doing well, yeah, just chill and relax, that's all good. Hope you are doing well. But yeah, it's not too bad. I just complain about the things that bother me about it. Oh, and another thing they did, they removed some of the cutscenes for the ghosts. People and thigh slaps. That's there as a joke, you know. And it's pretty instant as well. It's a very short one. Good old VIP. do increase that every time it gets redeemed, by the way. Maybe for a time it can disappear. I'm not familiar with FNAF, to be fair. Like, I know of the first one and how it was, but I've not kept up with them because I'm pretty sure they changed quite a bit as the games went on. I know there's a Pixel one as well. But yeah. But I tend to like Japanese horror more, or just like Eastern horror more, because Western is very not cheap, just it either tries to make the creature in question be ridiculous looking, or I don't know, there's like some weird gimmick to them. Yokshati, hello, welcome in. Rigby, welcome in. Hello. Hope you're both doing well. I think the reason sneak peek during work, that's fair. I think the reason like Eastern horrors tend to get me is it usually uses, like, it usually makes the player weak. So, you know, like, somehow you're very, very useless and you have to figure out a bunch of puzzles, but with what ends up haunting you or hunting you, it's either something that you can't actually harm, or it looks normal, but it's very abnormal, especially if it's humanoid, because you know how humans are supposed to work, and when they do something that is impossible for a human, like, you know it's impossible, it's eerie. Like weird movements or fast motions, simple things, but they always are like unnerving. but a body contorting doesn't, ironically, faze me much. I'm gonna put that down to too much violent thingies. Still, I'm sad they removed the well cutscene, because that was such a build-up and eerie. Because you never used to see their face, really. But then you see the face in the remake, and she's just some old lady, and I'm like, well, you're not scary. You're an old lady. Go away. Go back in the well. It's past your time. Like, she should be crawling on the ground more, and coming at me at high speeds. But she didn't. She just kind of was like, wah, wah. And I'm just like, what are you doing? You think an eye glance is gonna scare me? It's like, get on all fours and come at me like an insect. That would be scary and unnerving. Then glance at me at the last second. That's how you do it. Like, that's what I feel with the remake. They've remade it, yeah, but it just is lacking Fatal Frame. It's a hard one to describe. It just doesn't feel like Fatal Frame. Not 100%. I do like the idea of trying to add willpower though. I just think the way they went about it was a bit like not so good, because there's more that works against you than helps you or makes it interesting as a mechanic. And then making it so that players will have to use the other lenses, and it uses the willpower on some of them, and it's just like, this just feels like a waste of time. Like, it doesn't add anything, it just blocks the way. Before it used to just be, take a picture, and then try and find the places where it tells you to go, and then take another picture in that area if you get the right one, and it unlocks things. Like, there was nothing wrong with that. But and I would not want to play this on Nightmare mode, which seems to only unlock after you've completed the game, because it's already pretty crazy on Battle difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty I can have so far. Like, I can just imagine Nightmare being like, the ghost so much as touches you and you lose like 75% of your health or something, or some ludicrousness. As it is, I near enough lose all my health in one fight anyway if I get touched. So, and the layering was interesting to begin with, but it's very, the indication of it isn't necessarily the clearest, or it happens way too quickly. It basically is going to be like, and it's not always guaranteed, it'll be they go to disappear and then reappear, and then you're supposed to not look or dodge. And I'm just like, it's too quick. You have to react in like 2 seconds. That's a very specific amount of time, but understood, Rio. Understood. I don't know. 2 episodes then? Enjoy your time then. Oh, well, I hope they're good. Good endings. But I feel I'd be slightly concerned now if they were to come out and say, we're remaking Fatal Frame 1. 1, because I can't really remember 1. And 2, if they're gonna do the same sort of thing that they did with 2. I'd hope they'd learn from 2 and go, okay, this worked, that didn't work, you know, that sort of thing. Use the remakes as an excuse to try things and what's the term? Refine. Because then if they ever go to remake number 3 and they've had 2 games to refine things, could be the best out of the bunch. Which is good because I like 3. I vaguely remember it, but I like the premise more. And I'm pretty sure Miku, who was in the first game, is also in the 3rd, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I remember seeing a comment, that's the one I meant. I remember seeing a comment where someone was like, why have they remade 2 and not 1? And it's like, well, because 2 was more popular with people, and plus they're probably doing the same as Konami, where the more popular one has been remade first. If it does well enough, they'll do the others. And thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. So I assume that's what they're doing with the remake of number 2. Is if it does well enough, maybe they'll remake 1. Which would be nice. Also, they've done that sort of mistake of redoing an old game. They make everything look nice, in the sense of they made everything look nice, even the ghosts, so you can see their faces very easily, and that wasn't always the case. They're ghosts, so they would be kind of shimmery, and some of the faces would be not distorted, but it was harder to see the face of a lot of them. That's why when you would take photos when they're closer, because you do more damage when they're close, that's when you'd get a glimmer of their face with their eyes and stuff. So it was a bit more unnerving. But even from a distance, it's pretty easy to see that they're glaring at you. And I'm just like, you didn't need to make their faces more visible, and they needed to be more shimmery. I could, when I finish this, I might actually write up a list for them, critique it in a good way, and be like, this is what worked, this is what didn't work, these are the reasons why it did and didn't work comparatively to the original. But I can see what you were going for, blah blah blah. Who knows? Highly doubt it will even get read, but Fatal Frame is an important series. I can't horribly change it. I do still have my PS2. I still have that thing. But I never owned the original Project Zero games. Oh, no, I might have actually owned the original of 2, but that was on the original Xbox. Oh. It was just a different feel. The more I think about it, the more I just really prefer the originals. I kinda wish they just did remasters rather than remakes. And there was another version of 2 that was released on the Wii. But I never did play that version. if they actually got an ad then, because people very rarely get them on ASMR. I wish they wouldn't be on certain, like, categories. Last thing a person wants to hear when they're trying to unwind is some stupid ad. Demons moved. Oh, the stalker. Let's see. That doggo. He had very little energy to even bark. Thank you, Rigby. But he's gotten energy again, which I suppose is good considering his age. But even so. Thank you for the follow. He's doing okay though. I believe he's just barking because there's no one around. Also, the... yeah. Blah. Blah. Maybe I should just label all my content with, like, all of the tags. And then we should be safe from ads, yeah? Maybe I should just do that. Because then surely we'll be okay. I'm losing it with the times already. Has it already been a month already? I swear I remember the previous one. Thank you for the technically it's resubscribe technically, but thank you for the sub, Ronan. The tier 3 or 14 months. What a number of months. Let me grab your name. Whoosh. Oh. Yeah. There you go. But such 14 months. It's at least over a year. Just a bit. Just a bit, yeah. Thank you for the head pats. Managed to find my other menus that I usually keep up. There you go. Oh, then that. There you go. Well, definitely over a year, for sure. Although, why have you got a squinting Epsilon? Was Epsilon that one? Was Epsilon the dark one? Oh god, it's been a long while. Nope, I've forgotten the name. Amazing. Oh, I did remember right then. Hip hip hooray. What's the dark one then? Called? Is that without ears? No, that's a seal. A very interesting looking seal. Umbreon? We'll go with that. Yes, QB. Oh god. anything with a B in the end. A good old air cupping. That was the ear cupping. It is a day of dealing with a barking doggo who will not stop barking, and I can't leave him outside because he's too old. Be back again Nothing. Nothing. Hello, Sorbs. Welcome in. Thank you, Rigby. It's only me currently, so that's probably why he's barking. There's no one there. I'd keep him upstairs if I could, but he doesn't like my door being locked. Or closed to. And I can't keep it open because if he goes near the stairs, he will most certainly fall, so yeah. Thank you, Rain. But yeah, it's certainly breezy. Like I go to close my door gently, and I can just feel like the draft, or I guess, yeah, we'll go with the draft. You can just feel the draft sort of sucking the door to close it, and I'm like, oh, okay, quite a breeze then. Thank you for the head pats. What a doggo. He does like to spend more time with you though, than when he was younger, like laying by you and that. Just seems to like company. Seems to be the thing when you get like really, really old, you just end up wanting some company. Ironically, it's just a brush. I think it sounds nice though. Okie dokie. Hope you have a good nap. you for the 100 bits. It's very kind of you. A flip-flop indeed. Always good. A good clobbering device in the safest of ways. Hope you've been well. I know at some point you're meant to be playing the Fatal Frame 2 remake, although I am more than happy with watching 5, because I'd get so lost. Yes, I don't actually know when your birthday is though. When is your birthday? I'm bad at remembering people's birthdays, so I tend to write them down. Because I'm very bad at dates. Heck, I'd forget when I'd have time off if I didn't write it down. I thought I had time off in April. No, it's not till May. The dude had one job. April 6th. Easter Monday. The 6th. Let me whack it in. I know I have a bad memory, so I feel this is more than fine to compensate for the fact. That's good. That's a bank holiday, so I can. Well, I still need to go in the day after, but yeah. Oh right, I can write it. It sometimes lands on a holiday. I see. There we go. I've made a note. Okie dokie, Rigby. Don't fall asleep with the haircut. I know a lot of people tend to find a haircut very therapeutic. Yes. Enjoy your haircut. I'll be looking forward to when you do finally play the remake, because I want to know how you end up feeling about it. I obviously won't say anything about it yet, because you haven't played it yet. But I understand what sort of they were trying to do, but I have mixed thoughts on the remake. Hey Neil, welcome in. Yeah, doing alright. A barky doggo I have today, an old barky doggo, but otherwise doing good. Yes, because I want to see what you end up feeling about the game. So, yeah, I'll let you play it, and then see how you feel about it before giving my views. Although I am still enjoying it. It's still a Fatal Frame game, so yeah, I'm still enjoying it. But yeah. And yeah, Neo's name is a good one. Nice, nice. Nice. Doubly nice. Good old wash after giving it some new stuff. I don't know if they've like transferred over because I can't fully remember the dialogue of the original game. But I'm pretty sure I've seen some sentences where I read it and I'm like, and then I read it again and I'm like, I don't think that quite makes sense. I mean, like, it does, but it doesn't feel like it should have been said in that way, sort of thing. So, yeah. 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 Those are the ones that I was thinking of, ironically, because you start finding the butterfly lore stuff. Oh, I really want it. It's grand. It'll be grand to have someone else to talk about this remake too. Because you've played the original, whereas I've just watched the original. More than once, by the way, I've watched it, because my friend liked to play it a lot. So I've watched it multiple times. I just wonder if they'll end up doing remakes of 1 and 3. I would very much like not necessarily a remake of 3, but I would very much like 3 to exist again. Oh, he's changed position, he's come closer. What a boy. He doesn't even need anything, he's just barking because there's no one there. Oh, demanding dog. A jet washer and a rag. That rag must have got... Well, I know it was to wipe things with, but even so, I feel like that rag would get wet pretty quickly. A car horn, because of the echo. If only. That's the tail end of an echo of a dog barking, although he's somewhat far away. It's my old doggo. I've let him out several times to see if he needs the loo. He does not. So he's just wanting company. But I can't keep him trapped in my room, because he would not settle, he never has done. And I can't risk having my door open, because he will definitely go towards the stairs, and he has like no back muscle strength. So, yeah. Yeah, the little tidbits, yeah. If it worked though. Like his back legs have very little strength, like muscle. Like when you feel them, There's really not much in his back legs. However, I came up with an ingenious plan, because his front legs are still very strong. So I was like, just get him some wheels. That way, if he's struggling to stand with his back legs, then he can just have a set of wheels instead, and pull himself along. And we tried it, and it works. So, yay. He just pulls himself now. It's basically a wheelchair for a dog. That's where my thought came from. Because I was like, if you give a wheelchair to humans, why not dogs? So, yeah. He didn't seem to mind it either. And you can sort of lower the wheels a bit as well. So if he wants to lay down, it doesn't, like, make it uncomfortable for him. Although, you do need to, well, help him again when he wants to get back up. But he does okay. He's doing alright for a 20-year-old dog. My side ponytail. Oh yeah, ironically, with Infinity Nikki, wait, was it Infinity Nikki? Or was it the other one? With Nikki, regardless. It was funny when you were mentioning it those times, and then the stuff that appeared on my YouTube thingy was the new, well, the thing for her, sort of, Little Red Riding Hood sort of thing, and I was like, ha ha ha, that's funny, that it showed up. It looked cool though. yeah, I feel banging below, so... Ended up running out of butter, so I had to use like salad cream as the base, and now since then my throat's been feeling like it's coated in something, so I kind of wish I never used it. I'll go for about half an hour extra. Well, not really extra. Half an hour more, because, yeah, my niece. On the plus side, at least they came later. And nothing against them visiting, or I guess being brought here. Just not first thing in the morning when I'm waking up, which sometimes happens. Like, give me time to wake up to this day before that happens. Well, yeah, it's only been a few hours. But, yay for finishing work. Good job. remember the days I used to work on the weekend. Not the greatest. I don't think it was a full shift though. I don't think. Or was it? No, not entirely. I think it was like a bit shorter. Not by much though. And that was for about 5 months straight. I see. So still the typical, just it shifted over by a day. Yeah, mine's just Monday to Friday. But not 9 till 5. Mine's like 6 till 2:30. So I'm up at 5. It's kinda nice having your afternoon free still. But yeah, I don't know, the early mornings. Humans are not made to get up so early in the morning. Rain fills me. Some people manage it, but no thanks. Used to work 2 jobs. Started one at 6 till 8. Went to your current 9 till 5. Then back to the other 6 till 9. That's a very broken up job, but that sounds horrible. It's literally an entire day of work. No thank you. Yep, I don't blame you. Yeah, that's too much work. Like, you would give no time for yourself. My job, not my previous job, but my job before my previous job, it used to be that I would wake up, let me think, I think I would wake up at like 5:15, get ready, go, get the bus for 6. Takes about an hour and a half to get to where I was going, and then another like 10 minutes or so on another bus ride that would take me to the north of the place I was going, to get to where I needed to go to start work at 8. And then I would finish at 4:30, because then I needed to get the bus back, and if I missed the bus, I had to wait 2 hours for another one to turn up. So yeah, if I missed it, which I did once, I'm pretty sure it's just once, I missed it once, and I didn't get home till like 9:30, somewhere close to 10. So yeah, from like 5ish in the morning, I get home around 9:30ish to then have some food. It was not grand. Wampus, hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hello. The misfits have arrived from the clouds. Sounds fluffy. But hello. Hello, hello. Hello, Sobs. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Give me 20 years. Ooh. Many 20 years. That's a force of habit. Thank you, Rain. I realise I can just ask, but I've never asked. I hope you had a good stream. Hope it was nice and chill. Realise there's the stupid thing that decided to play. What heresy. Stream Elements only knocks in if I've put in the thingy to do it. That's why I didn't do anything. Yeah. It goes well. It goes well. As well as one can go. Plumpero! Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. Hope you're all doing well. It be the weekend. Yay. Where we don't have to think about, hopefully, work-related things for at least a day. Yippee. Oh dear. Oh, right, introductions. But I'm Kaliakana. I am a nine-tailed VTuber fox, and I do gaming and ASMR. Yeah, it's about it, pretty much. Enjoy relaxing moments. Something like that. You're an early bird, usually up by 5:30, so getting up for work is no issue. Or you're a morning person. That is good, Neil. That is good. I am not a morning person. At all. I'll get to work, I'll be grumpy for most of the day, I'll eat when it reaches my break at 10:30, and it's around 11 and 12 that I'm actually awake, and then by that point, because I've been working since 6, by 12 I'm tired. So yeah. But yeah, I'm not a morning person, which you'd think, well, why not have a night job? And that's because I don't want to work when I'm actually awake. I'd rather do something fun. So yeah. But yeah, not much of a morning person. And being told to smile or be happy is on a daily basis just does the opposite. You'd think they'd understand and just stop saying it. Plus, when I focus and get on with work, my face just looks very serious, but I'm just like focused on my work, but it gets taken the other way that I'm miserable. And I'm just like, no, I'm just getting on with my work. Am I supposed to smile when working? Yeah. Understandable. about it. I was like, oh, if I had the choice between my current shift and a shift that was more generic and, you know, let me have a bit of more of a lie-in, but I finish, you know, more towards the evening, then yeah, I'd rather work in the morning. Because then at least I can come home and feel like I have the majority of the day left. So there's that. Hair is poking me in the eye. The random stray hair. Hey Kate. Welcome in. Hello. I'm alright, thank you. Hope you're well too. It'd be the weekend that likes to pass by quickly. Be semi-nice next week, kind of, because bank holiday on the Friday due to Good Friday, and then a bank holiday on the Monday because of Easter. So, thank you for the headpats. So yeah, next week will be like a 4-day weekend, but for the amount of work I keep being sent, I'm not looking forward to having 3 days worth of work to catch up on. Like, my normal volume ranges between, 1 to 200, and then lately I've been having like 300 plus on a daily basis. So if I was to have like 2 to 300 every day, all in one, I'm just waiting to hear like, you have 500 or 600 for this day, and I'll be like, wow, insanity. Like, no thank you. Me no want. Like, bank holidays are great, but ironically, with our clients, or like our other sites, they complain that we work too much. Because sometimes they have nothing to send us. Like, they're like, why do you not have more bank holidays? It's like, well, we have a plethora of them throughout like the first half of the year. But then there's like nothing. But then again, majority of us are doing like 2 to 3 people's amount of work anyway. No wonder we're knackered. Ironically, we're all doing our backs in as well. 2 of my colleagues sort of did their back-ins, their lower back, and then because I was helping out so much, not horribly, but my lower back was like aching, and I'm like, there's like 3 of us with bad backs. It's okay, I ended up saying to them that I wouldn't be able to help. So, I've been looking after it, I'll put it that way. And thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. But yeah, I'm doing my best to not, where's that going? Why is it over there? Why do I have to... Oh, right, right, I can move, right? As in like, where I'm positioned. Oh yeah, I am slightly to the my right. Touch boop. But yeah, it's always the way. You get given a plethora of work, you're busy as hell, and then some people just are like, oh, can you do this, do that for me? It's like, I don't have time, like, when am I supposed to do it? Then I get told on the Monday that I've got a big job that I need to do, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Tristan, hello. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. I'll go for a bit longer than what I said I would. Oh, also, there was like Addams Family on TV yesterday, but it was like an animated Addams Family, and I'm like, this is strange. I'm used to the original, real Addams Family. I'm not going to call it live action because it was around before anything else. So, yeah, I'm used to that Addams Family. Very strange seeing. Well, it's not strange that it was animated, but it was strange when they were doing, like, the grandma was dancing in like a disco thing, and I'm just like, what is this? Like the dress? Oh, you mean with my jacket off? Thank you. Oh, hang on. niece she knocked? Her hair's grown a bit. Yeah. It was my niece, who immediately liked the rain stick, which is funny because it's meant for her age. So that's quite funny. But interesting that she likes those sorts of things, because they're meant to be good for people that are autistic. So the fact that she enjoys it so much is interesting. She was there just turning it upside down. I was like, yeah, rotate it, and, like, give it a little shake. She's like, I like this. I'm like, mm-hmm. And yes, there was an original, like, animated Addams Family. The one that was on TV yesterday was definitely a modern one. I don't get why every old thing needs to be turned into, like, I don't know, modern tropes. I don't get that. Like, it's the Addams Family, it's meant to be weird, it's meant to be out of the norm, so to speak. So making them do things that's for the sake of being funny seems a bit... But yeah. The rain stick. I'll have to mention that to my sis and be like, by the way, she really liked this. Maybe I'll buy her one and just give her the rain stick. Be like, here you go annoy your parents with it. Make sure to shake it lots. There's my niece. I might have to wrap up though, because yeah, it's gonna start being random noises everywhere. Potentially. Potentially. It's been a while since she's visited. We used to have her every weekend, and then she goes to school and suddenly we don't get her on the weekend anymore. I'm just like, oh, okay. It became the way of, if we wanted to see her, we had to go to them, which I semi-understand, but at the same time, meant to be family. They go see sort of his side of the family often, which isn't necessarily good. They have some questionable habits, to say the least. But oh well, not my child. But yeah. Interesting though, interesting. Really liked a rain stick. I may end up getting one for her. Just give it to her. But like, here you go. Here you go. I'll give her a few other things that are like noisy as sin, but very gripping for her type of person. And be like, yeah, make sure you shake them in your parents' face. Beautiful, I say. Beautiful. Her hair is grown quite long though. Like, mine takes an age to grow. Mine grows thick rather than long. Like, it does grow somewhat long, but mine is usually just, you know, it grows outward and it's very thick hair. That's how mine goes. But, yeah, hers is growing quite a bit. I suppose it has been some time. make it nice and long. Shame I didn't indoctrinate her with anime at such an early age. That would have been the best way. If I was to ever have a kid, you know I would indoctrinate them with anime. Good ones though, good ones. Good ones. We'd watch the nicer ones at the young age, and then when they have more understanding of things, watch them slightly more crazy ones. Oh, we enable the chaos indeed. Hello. It goes okay. My niece is now here, who briefly stopped in to say hello in her way. Really liked the rain stick, which is interesting. How are you doing? Did you get enough rest? Good. It's important to get enough sleep, so that's good. Mine was like mixed at the beginning of this week, and then I was just so tired that I did sleep fully, I guess, in a sense. But yeah, it's been a bin. I have an idea in my head of how my games will go, ironically, because we have Fatal Frame for now, and then Pragmata isn't till like towards the end of next month, like 3 weeks in sort of thing. So there's that. And then I've grabbed another code which was on the Switch, because it did have a physical version and it was quite a bit cheaper, so I just grabbed the physical version. Why not? So that will be something like a story puzzle game, and it has two because it's a collection. So you have the first one where she's like looking for her dad, or something like that, and then the second one is probably a few years after the first game, something like that. Although everyone says that the first game had better puzzles. So fun times that will be. And then I have loads of other games technically that I already own that I could use. And thank you for the head pats. Thank you, Brent. So yeah, a mixture of stuff ready in case. And God knows what else for games. Like at some point it'd be nice to play Astral Chain, which was also on the Switch. Kinda wish they'd give it a patch. But I I did play quite a portion of it ages ago, but I never finished it, like I said before. And I got to like a side quest I was trying to do, which used the gyro thingy for balance, and it's bloody difficult. You'd have NPCs properly target you to knock you over, and it was so difficult. And I don't think there was an option to turn off the gyro either. So literally what it would be is not necessarily them coming only from the front, but they would come from behind, and they would be moving at a much faster pace. You could also run, however, that puts more strain on trying to maintain your balance. So the faster you move, the harder it is, kind of thing. It was difficult. I stopped there because I like doing all side quests. There was a lot of things to manage, because you're trying to decide where to go. You're also trying to balance it when you're moving along, so you're mainly trying to move in a straight line. If you're turning or doing weird things or moving quicker, it, would go more quickly to the sides, and then obviously you've got some bugger trying to purposely push you over. So yeah, actually difficult. So many things to keep tabs on. You got a bloke trying to run past you and not push you over, you dodge him, and then you got some guy who come, because you need to go through like a tunnel, which obviously isn't very big, and they come in front, and you're like, where the hell am I supposed to go? That's where you gotta learn the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dive, dip and dodge. But yeah, it was very difficult, and I actually ended up stopping at that point because I couldn't complete it. I couldn't complete the side quest, so I stopped. I stopped playing the game entirely, because I was like, no, I must complete every game. I tried several times on different days, and I couldn't complete it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. At some point, I'd like to get Xenoblade X. Oh, sorry, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Good luck with that one, because Nintendo games already go on sale. Like, I've noticed third-party games go on sale, that's fine, but Nintendo first-party games, you'd be lucky if you get like a couple of quid knocked off. It's ridiculous. Like, they just don't seem to do sales for their own games, and if it is, it's gonna be like, I don't know, they already charge a lot for their games in the first place, so a sale really means that they sell it back down to probably what the game should have sold at in the first place. Oh yeah, I still don't know which Pokemon I'm gonna get, like the waves and wind wave. I don't know which one. Usually it's obvious, because I would like to know how the legendaries look, honestly. I don't care how the starters are going to look. Like, you make a choice and you live with it, but the legendary, I would like to know, because I do kind of decide based on that. which sounds daft because I don't really use the legendary, but it helps with box art. But wind usually works well with fire, and I am a fire base. Which sounds odd to say, I suppose, but... and it's all kind of made up anyway. But either way, I'll take it. But that's not till next year anyway. So hopefully as it gets closer they'll, you know, start releasing more info, get people pumped for it, show some more stuff to do with the game. They don't need to show late game stuff, just show the beginning, show it actually running decently. Yeah. But I will definitely make use of my Switch. Release the whole Pokédex. Oh, you mean did they like show all the Pokemon that's gonna be in the game before they release? I've never kept tabs on those kind of things. From what they've shown so far, because I don't think they want to spoil the types of Pokemon that will be there, they seem to have a lot of the ones that we already know. So I don't know. They might confirm the types that we're used to seeing, but as for anything new, that's up to them. They'll probably show the odd few, I would have thought. But they do usually end up showing the legendaries. Because, you know, that does actually help with sales. People see the legendary and go, ooh, you know, kind of thing. If you think about it, Pokemon has been one of the few games that releases two of pretty much the same game. I know they change, you know, oh, this version has these Pokemon, whereas this version doesn't, and instead has these versions instead. So there's like that slight difference. But when you think about it, everything within a Pokemon game, like the story and the journey that you go through in a Pokemon game, is exactly the same in both. But they release two versions. Well, technically three, don't they? Or at least it used to be three in the past. Because they used to, well, I don't know, have a definitive edition eventually. They just never called it definitive edition. Yeah. The only difference is the legendary you catch and the odds and sorts of other Pokemon that might only be in your version. Because like, when Diamond and Pearl came out, I got Diamond because I preferred how... I forget how it's called, Diagear? Something like that. I preferred how Diamond's legendary looked as opposed to Pearl's. Pearl's... I don't know. The same with Scarlet and Violet? It's those the two. Naturally I had to get Violet anyway, because Violet. But I did also like how the Pokemon looked in Violet. So, yeah. They'll eventually show the legendaries. Which will be nice. And then everyone can decide what version they're getting based on that. I feel like the original bunch of legendaries though, like the first few gens, had very nice legendaries. Because you had birds, then super birds, and then... what was Gen 3? Thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. Was... Gen 3 wasn't Kyogre, was it? That was Gen 4, wasn't it? What was Gen 3? Forgotten. Gen 3 really doesn't stick in my head very well. Although it's kind of nice with Gen 2, because obviously you had Ho-Oh and Lugia. But then you had the 3 little ones as well, with Raikou and Entei and Suicune. Well, I always used to say Suicune, but I think it's meant to be Suicune. But I swear it was S-U-I. That's why I went Suicune. Gen 3 was... oh god, it was them? No wonder I don't remember it then, if that's them. That makes sense. If that's the case, then I'm pretty sure it would have been Kyogre and Groudon. Maybe. I still like Silver. I put the most hours in Silver. I don't remember how many. I think I went with Kyogre, cause... or Kyogre. Oh, we'll just say Kyogre. Well, even though that's not right, because I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Kyo. I never got to see them, Latios and Latias. But everyone holds them so dearly. But I don't remember them. I bumped into them like once or twice, and then that was it. I was like, oh, okay. But when people see them, they're like, ah! Of all the Pokemon though, that they showed with the starters of Wind and Wave, obviously everybody's liking the dog, the adorable one brain cell dog. Its mane looks like it's gonna turn into something daft. That's the feeling I get. There's another owl, I think, with not a bad look. I'm more inclined to go for the gecko though. I think it was a water gecko. It looked interesting, so I might go for the water type. Watch the Pomeranian dog, fire dog, turn into something awesome, and I'm gonna be like, damn it, what the hell, why does it look good? Just go running around. But, well, yeah, just go around and be like, could someone give me a dog? A really cool lion. The last time they put a lion in the game with that, what was it, Pokemon Sun, it looked so stupid. Like, I get it was meant to be a very great name, but it just it looks so daft. That's just me though. It looked a bit daft. But I hope the little cute doggo turns into a really cool doggo. Because, you know, nothing's ever replaced like Growlithe and Arcanine for people for the really cool fire dog kind of thing. So it'll be nice if this cutesy thingy turns into something like ferocious but just cool. That'll be nice. Be nice to be taken wrong. I know the term's usually proven wrong, but yeah, be nice to see. But I think it's going to look stupid in its third form. We shall see. And we'll see how that water gecko goes. It could also very much look daft, because I get the feeling it might get fins or something. If there are fins in its second evolution, it's gonna look daft in its third form. I have an image in my head, which is actually kind of scary, but yeah. Anyway, I blabbered. I babbled. I will look for somewhere to raid. But at least my Switch will get like some use, more than my old Switch. Actually, I did play my old Switch quite a lot thanks to Tears of the Kingdom, because that game was big. I played at least 80 hours of Tears of the Kingdom. I really enjoyed searching in that place once I had stuff. I think it was because you could just simply build stuff, and it really helped. Like, oh, I'm left with my crappy weapons. Did I play Breath of the Wild? Slightly. I didn't get into it. Ironic, isn't it? I didn't get into Breath of the Wild, but I got into Tears of the Kingdom. Literally that element to build your own, like, vehicles or even your own weapons really helped. It was good fun. Because the main problem I had with it was bloody weapons breaking every 24/7. But in Tears of the Kingdom, as long as you had some makeshift thingy, and because you could carry constructs on you, you could always, or like because of the items you could just carry on you, you could just make really good weapons. So it didn't really turn into an issue once you had the supply. So yeah, I think that's why Tears worked. And also, you could go into the... It was like Elden Ring, in the sense of, oh, here's this quite very large map on ground level. Oh, but if you go down this hole into the depths of hell, it's pitch black in there, yeah? But it's also its own map. Holy balls, what a absolutely massive game. So I had good fun exploring and finding new parts and new armor and weapons and such, and using your skills to just assist you with it all. It was good fun. I liked it. But as I didn't transfer my save from my Switch version, I am back at square one. But that's fine. I have the Switch 2 patch, so higher resolution and higher frame rate, so to speak. For the most part it is higher frame rate, but you can see when it can't handle the steady 60 and it goes lower, but it still runs better than the Switch 1 version. so it's something. It's all good. I will slowly may try and play through it again. It just I collected a lot of things. A lot. But who knows? Those types of games I would never really play on stream because I would be there for so long. Like, if I was just straight up gonna do the story, fine. But that's not the type of game where you just do the story. You have to explore. It's made for exploring. And I'd be there for like most of the year. So I didn't risk it. Oh, I know I would take 20 years, so yeah, it's all good. Anyway, I'll go find someone. Oh, 3 exclamation marks. What's it gonna be? It's a tiger shark. I bet that thing's huge. Getting in those fishies. Oh, Lena is still on. Although she's been going for 4 hours already. That's fine. What did you get? A pike. Can never go wrong with a common pike. Alrighty. Let us wander away. Make sure everybody take care of themselves. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the raid. Discord is there. YouTube is there for VODs and slight side stuff. Raid message is there if you would be so inclined to use it. The one with the hearts is if you are not subbed. And yeah. I'll be carrying on with Fatal Frame Remake. Sorry, Fatal Frame 2 Remake. On Tuesday. And yeah. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I shall hopefully see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, Rain. Bye bye, Toby. Bye bye, everybody. Bye.